Today, I'm here to tell you about the final circulating silver dollar series produced in American history. This was the last design produced during an era we call the Renaissance of American coinage, and that was in the early 20th century, early 1900s. Now, this is a coin that symbolized the restoration of peace to the world after the greatest military conflict ever to occur. And at the time, this war was known as the Great War, or the War to End All Wars, and today we know it as World War I. The coins I'm talking about are known as peace dollars because of that fact. And they were produced from 1921 to 1928, and then once again for a last hurrah in 1934 and 1935. After 4 devastating years of battle, the Allied powers of the United States, France, and England had prevailed over the Central Powers of Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire. World War I had finally come to an end. To celebrate, the United States began working on a new silver dollar, a symbolic dollar of unparalleled significance and unmatched beauty. Not only did this silver dollar's design have to celebrate the restoration of peace to the earth after World War I, but it also had to replace the beloved design of the Morgan silver dollar. Anthony De Francisci, the designer of this iconic silver dollar, triumphed in his mission to produce this monumental coin. This coin both completed the full redesign of our country's circulating coinage during this Renaissance of American coinage, but it also symbolized our country's coming of age as an international power and recognized the sacrifices made by our citizens in World War I since it was released in 1921. The obverse of this stunning coin displays a beautiful rendition of Lady Liberty adorned by a crown of rays, much like the Statue of Liberty. This stunning rendition is actually designed after De Francisci's wife, Teresa. She posed for this coin. And when De Francisci spoke about his wife and her portrayal as Liberty, he said, "She expresses the spirit of the country, the intellectual speed and vigor and vitality America has, as well as its youth." Teresa was an Italian immigrant, and she came to America through Ellis Island, like many of our families did. And Teresa actually commented on her portrayal as Liberty on the peace dollar and said it is the realization of her fondest childhood dream, because she would have seen that Statue of Liberty as her ship entered New York Harbor for the first time. The reverse of the peace dollar depicts a perched eagle with an olive branch of peace in its talons. This eagle gazes forward toward the rays of a rising sun with hope, inspiration, and the spirit of freedom. The mint mark of the peace dollar, if there is one, is located beneath the inscription of 1 on the reverse. During the peace dollar's mintage, the coins were struck at 3 different mints. The Philadelphia Mint, which produced the coin in every year that the series was struck, and those coins have no mint mark, those Philadelphia coins. They were also struck at the Denver Mint, which struck the coins least frequently. Only 5 issues were produced at the Denver Mint: 1922, 23, 26, 27, and then finally in 1934. Those coins showcase a D mint mark for Denver. And then there's the San Francisco Mint, which struck a coin every year that the coin was produced from 1922 to 1935. So the only year they didn't produce was that very first 1921. So 22 to 35, every year was struck at San Francisco. Those coins exhibit an S mint mark. There are 2 types of peace dollars produced during its mintage, from 1921 to 1935. There was a high relief version and then a standard version with a lower relief. The high relief peace dollars were only produced for circulation during that coin's first year in 1921. These high relief coins are some of the most highly sought after in the series because they're the only examples to portray the originally intended artistic vision of designer Anthony DeFrancisi. But due to the difficulty in striking high relief coins, the mint couldn't produce them efficiently. It's hard to make those coins. As a result, the design was changed to a much lower relief format beginning in 1922. This lower relief format was used until the end of the series when it was retired in 1935. Something you need to understand about piece dollars is these were made for commerce. They weren't made for collectors. So these coins were struck for circulation, and they weren't thought of as collectibles at the time they were being made. So this means that right after these coins were struck, they'd be ejected from the coin press into a bin. They'd go through sorting machines and counting machines. They get dumped into bags. They'd be shipped all over the country. So through every step of this process, these coins are bumping and abrading against each other. A lot of these coins, even in mint state condition, they have a lot of bag marks and nicks and things on their surfaces. So between the heavy circulation that piece dollars went through, the melts they underwent when these coins were retired, very few of these coins survive in high grades. In fact, only about 0.7% of piece dollars have been certified in brilliant uncirculated condition. With all of this in mind, it is easy to see why the piece dollar is such a popular series. Its historic significance has roots in both the Renaissance of American coinage and in America's triumphant victory in World War I. Its beauty tells an inspirational story of love and immigrating to America for a better life. And its rarity gives collectors a tremendous and exhilarating challenge. Simply put, the piece dollar is the full package.